Right, today I want to talk a bit about Bitcoin. I think it's pretty important right now because we have had the halving and it's moving into the second month, or almost the second month right now already of the halving. So what's important? What is important? What has transpired? And how's the result so far? Is it something as per expectation? In today's report, we're going to cover that. Now, first of all, recently there has been significant investment flowing into Bitcoin and Ethereum as well. Millennium Management disclosed a 2 billion Bitcoin ETF holding in Q1, okay, which accounts for about 3% of the $64 billion fund. Now, how do we know all this kind of data? Is because all these funds are required to announce, what they have done recently. So that's why we are getting this data right over here. Now, other than that, the other notable investors include this Bracebridge Capital with 434 million, Booth Bay with 150 million, and firms like Hightower Advisors, Cambridge Investment Research, Sequoia Financial Advisors, Brown Advisory, and many, many more. So this is really, really big, especially this Millennium Management is like 3% of funds, even though their funds are huge, right? This is the $64 billion is quite a lot. It's really a big belief that they really have a kind of believe that this is a very good investment for them. Not putting 64 billion is quite a lot. Now, not only that, right, but because what we see in like Cointelegraph reported that over 900 firms have collectively invested billions into Bitcoin ETF. Now, when we talk about 900 million and 900 firms, these are like funds as well, private companies. Now, not only that, major banks have joined in as well, with Morgan Stanley revealing a 270 million investment. Other participating banks include Wells Fargo, UBS, and the Bank of Montreal as well. This is definitely interesting developments. And don't forget, the BlackRock also has announced that all the pension funds and the other bit larger institutions, they are coming in as well in the next few months. So it's definitely very, very good news for the cryptocurrency environment. Now, what's next, right? Currently, Bitcoin holdings on all exchange are at their lowest level. In June 2023, when BlackRock sought permission from the SEC to launch its Bitcoin ETF, a decade after Winklevoss first applied, right? At that time, yeah, Bitcoin was priced as 26,816 with 2,275 and 715 Bitcoins in non-custodial holdings on exchange. That means these Bitcoins are available for everyone to buy, right? And on the exchange. Now, as of now, Bitcoin price have risen, right? Previously, just now I mentioned from 26,816 to 66,976. And the number of Bitcoin on exchange has dropped to 1.9 million. That's all. 1920484. Previously, it was 2.275715, right? 2275715. Now it's dropped to 1920484. This represents a 15.6% decline in non-custodial reserves since June 2023. And you can see it from this data right over here. These are all the on-chain data that we can get clearly. Now, not only that, look at this. This is another development, interesting development. Now, from the first launch of Bitcoin ETFs on January 11, 2024, which I've marked over here, until May 18, 2024, there has been an 8.5% drop in reserves, indicating an acceleration in the decline since the ETF launch. Now, think about this. if the reserves is in the exchange starts dropping, it definitely will come to a point where the reserve said, hey, I can't sell to you anymore. And yeah, we have to look into higher prices to get more people to sell. And that's when potentially you may see Bitcoin start climbing up, right? So individual exchange, I think that's also crucial to study, and none other than Coinbase. I think that's a very important one. Now, if you look at individual exchange, it shows even lower reserves. For instance, Coinbase now has less than 300,000 Bitcoin in supply, right? So, like I mentioned earlier, we'll come to a point and they will say, hey, I can't supply you with Bitcoins at the current prices anymore. It has to be higher for more, more sellers to be interested to give, part Bitcoins with you. And you have the miners, right? Miners, they won't be selling every single Bitcoin that they have mined on a daily basis or monthly basis as well. They would want to be profitable, and I believe that they will also hold back as well. So what's happening on Wednesday, like May 15, 2024, Bitcoin price surged by about 5,000 in a single day, with inflows of 302.97 million into Bitcoin ETFs and 100.51 million the previous day as well. So the total inflows for May 15 should be even higher, because BlackRock has not yet reported its figures. I can't find it anywhere. Okay, I've been checking, can't find. So basically, that's not important. Just want to highlight to you, without BlackRock, we are already at 302.97 million. If you include BlackRock in, I won't be surprised if the 2 days added together, you could even hit half a billion US dollars, right? So in a nutshell, what's happening over here, in less than 5 months, ETF now controls 3% of the total Bitcoin supply. So if this trend continues, the figure could reach 10% within a year easily. And I think I've mentioned this previously when I talked about Bitcoin, the data that came out. I did a calculation on the Bitcoin that's coming out of the exchange, and if this is the progress it's doing, by possibly by when the exchange will run out of Bitcoins. So that's why I call this a supply shock. So this looming supply shock driven by high demand and low supply suggests that Bitcoin prices are likely to rise. With prices just 8% below their all-time high, a sustained demand could push Bitcoin to new heights. And that could happen in the next 1-2 months. I won't be surprised even if it happen in early June. Okay, so be on the lookout for this, and let's see. Definitely, it's not like for sure it's going to go up, but based on the fundamental data that we have been collecting, based on the technicals as well, it's all pointing towards another new high that's going to come soon, okay, for Bitcoin. So with that, that's the end of the report for today. Let's move on to the charts.